What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gung-Fu Super Bros podcast, the number one podcast for Kung Fu, martial arts, movies, and pop culture. Hey, Stevens, what episode is this?
74.
74. Great year for wine, is what I've been told.
Great year for super producer Stevens to be born.
Hey, 74?
Yeah. I know, I'm old.
Damn, you're young.
Yeah, I thought you were at least like 60s, so that makes you so much younger than I thought. The shit, that was a fucked up compliment. I'm sorry. That didn't come out the way. I mean, you look young. You look young. That's what I was trying to say. 74. Okay, you're 74. 79. What are you, Abarca? 79. Enrique?
80.
Oh, he's a baby of the bunch.
80.
You're an actual 80s baby.
I am.
Do your parents have a love for Ronald Reagan?
I don't know that they know who Ronald Reagan is. Oh, they do, because they do know him, because he do the.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like our time, like kids our age, our parents, because he did amnesty, right?
He did, and that's why my parents never actually had to go through the process of becoming like actual U.S. citizens.
They never did it?
No.
Are they residents? Yeah. Oh shit, maybe we should say this out loud.
No, they are.
They're residents, but they never went the whole way through.
They have a social security number, they pay taxes, and you know, as contrary to how some people want to believe, you know?
It's so crazy. Like, my mom was able to become a citizen, and she knows almost no English, and she was able to become a citizen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. She went through the whole thing. I was studying with her. I remember her answer to everything was yes.
Yeah, because I asked my mom recently why they never. Because I was wondering if they were like U.S. citizens like that, and because I never heard of them going through the process or anything. And she's like, "No, we didn't have to, because the president when we came here, the law didn't require it, so they just had a green card."
No law requires you to become a citizen.
No, but I mean, like,
but you put in the 10 years, and
yeah,
your mom just doesn't want to do jury duty.
We'll talk about that right now. Hey, Abarca, say hi.
Hey, what's up, folks?
Enrique.
Hi.
Super producer Stevens.
Hello.
And remember, my name's Ivan.
He said to say hi.
Wow. He's have to be specific.
I always say hello now.
I'll have to come with the hello next time. Jury duty. Are you guys a fan? It's like, now that we're talking about it.
What is that?
Have you? No.
Wow. Don't always get.
He's joking. He's joking, guys. Now, I heard that when you get pulled over the next time, for 10 years in jail. That's what I've heard. You don't go to jury duty?
I did go once.
You won't even to jury duty once?
I haven't changed my address over.
And they're still saying shit to Texas.
I'll tell you a little secret. I went once a few years back. And while I was there, a judge showed up, talked to everybody as we were waiting, you know.
Judge Wapner.
And a guy asked him a question, because he was like, "Does anyone have any questions?" And the guy said, he's like, "Come on." He's like, "Dude, like, honestly," a guy got up. He said, "Judge, what happens if people don't show up to jury duty?
Mm-hmm.
What's the deal? What's the deal?" And the guy said, he's like, "Look, it's your American dude, you know, blah, blah, blah." Yeah. He went through the spiel. He's like, we have no way of proving that you actually got the notice. So if you never show up, nothing's going to happen."
That's a cool judge that he would actually be honest like that. Like,
they probably answer that often, because I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because they'll come into
they
usually come into the room in the morning, and they'll be like, "Hey, like, we just want to thank you all for being here, and this is part of the process," and da da da. And then they do answer some questions.
I low key enjoy jury duty.
It's
never good timing. Like, I hate that. It's always because with work, right? Like, it's never good. And then I don't want to do it in the summer. It's gross. Like, so it's always never good timing. But like, once I'm there, I'm like, I'm in. Like, I'm like, fuck, give me a murder case.
Because you're a chismoso, bro.
No, you know what it is, dude? I like the process. I like seeing like both sides kind of do their shit. Like, it's like, dude, I used to love People's Court when I was young. I've been watching that shit. We were like, even just walking around like, dude, I used to love that shit. And I know it's not that. It's a lot less ridiculous than that. But sometimes it isn't. Like, sometimes it fucking isn't. It's just as ridiculous as what I remember as a little kid. Like, some of the shit that it's like in court for is pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the waiting. Like, I want it to be expedited. And I understand the process. I understand the reason. But they're like, I feel like I'm about to get dismissed. And they're like, all right, we're going to take a 15-minute recess. And you're like, oh, okay. And so now I got to wait. And they're like, oh, we're going to extend that because we're all going to go to lunch, guys. And so everybody come back at 2. And you get there at 2 and like, oh, you know what? We're just going to do this tomorrow.
Like, oh, so you don't like the process of the actual
choosing
Would you feel better if you got in and got into a case?
Yeah, or kick me out. Like I can talk my way out of it.
Yeah.
But it's the having to wait. And first it's like, does anybody have is anybody here affiliated with the police department? Like, okay, yeah. Anybody convicted of a felony? You're like, oh yeah, me.
you raise your hand for everything. It doesn't matter what it is. I remember one time it was a murder one. It was murder. And I was fucking in, bro. I was like the 13th guy.
Is that what they called it in the streets?
Murder. I was like the alternate. I was like, fuck, I'm in, bro. I'm going to miss work for like 2 weeks. I already had a plan, bro. I was like, I'll eat breakfast every day here. I was ready to go. And
you start getting used to the time because you get like 2 hours for lunch and you're like,
fuck yeah, bro. I can do so much shit. I can do so many activities for 2 hours, fool. I was ready. So, they start asking, like, they're going through their last set of questions or whatever. And the fucking lawyer asked something that I was like, I got to be honest. He's like, do any of you guys feel like there's unwritten rules in like life? And I'm like, fuck yeah, there's a lot of unwritten rules. And then he was very spinning. He's like, when I realized, he's like, can you be more specific? I'm like, well, what are you asking? And he's like, do you think there's unwritten rules of like in streets? And I'm like, yes. Like if there's certain neighborhoods where you can't wear a certain color, guess what you shouldn't do if you go into that neighborhood? Wear that fucking color. And he was like, you can leave. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how do you not live that way?
You got fired real quick.
Yeah, I got fired real quick. But I'm like, that's a dumb way of looking. Like, why would you not think? Like, I'm the only motherfucker that think. Nobody else in the rows. I'm like, y'all a bunch of fucking liars. Because I'm like, or you're stupid.
Well, they probably just don't have experience with the same things you kind
of. They were the
do.
least street smart people ever.
Yeah. Look, I have no street smarts.
Yeah,
my only encounter is having to deal, like hearing student stories and hearing from you about stuff. Otherwise,
but
I wouldn't know.
There's unwritten rules.
Of course, I do.
That's what I guess I'm saying. Yeah, you're right. Some people don't, and I'm not that I have a tons of experience. Not that. It's just we know life.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't see color at all.
Yeah, or something like that. What? Or like fucking playing baseball. That whole game has fucking unwritten rules that you've never heard of it. You're supposed to follow or not follow. Like, I just think it's just interesting that I think people were just fucking like, probably like, let's fucking go. Like, I don't care anymore.
Well, they're really good. They're really good about picking up on things too, because
it doesn't help when I'm like this at the guy all the time. On purpose.
Well,
I do that. I try to do yuck face.
Yeah.
The last time I was in the chairs, they were doing the interview or whatever, and they were totally talking to like juror 3 or something, and I'm at the other end of the thing, and I guess I was like,
when you gasped?
No, but I was just like, like I nod in agreement. Like
I feel like I gotta ham it up. I'm like, oh.
They told you to get the fuck out?
Yeah, because they were like, oh, juror, whatever. Do you
get the fuck out?
Do you agree that whatever? And I was like, yeah. So I didn't even have to say anything. It was just body language, like something of what I normally do. And they were like, you can go.
I picture Stevens. So my wife used to watch Wendy Williams, and I couldn't
Bro, I'm not Wendy Williams. Is that what you're saying?
No, not that you're Wendy Williams. Nobody's Wendy Williams. But I was like, not that you're Wendy Williams. When she fucking fell on the show, that shit was crazy. But no, like, people in her crowds were the best. Like, she would be like, and you know, I heard he's dating, and then they kind of go, yeah, I heard that too, and I'm just like, ugh. Like, I know I handed up at Ellen, but I couldn't fucking do Wendy Williams. Well, I could not do Wendy Williams. That shit would, like, my neck would hurt by the end of it, because all he fucking is, oh yeah, yes, yeah. And I'm like, but it's off the dumbest shit ever or whatever.
Yeah.
But my other one, it was a fucking favorite. It was this kid that was out, look, bad stuff happened, but he was out at 3 a.m. And they were like, and when they said that, I must have been doing the same thing. And I was like, because they were like, what do you think? I go, nothing good happens at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Why are you under 18 out at 3 a.m? I don't believe that he was doing something good. I'm sorry. And they were like, you can get out of here. I was like, but that's fucking stupid. Like, if I'm out at 3 in the morning.
I was going to pick up trash.
I was going to church at 3 a.m. Like, the fuck out of here, bro. You ain't doing nothing good at 3 a.m.
Yeah, they pick up on shit. And like, that one surprised me. But I was an alternate.
Stevens was like, she was Wendy Williams, bro.
I don't think, because I never anything subtle. Like, it's always subtle, because I was like, oh yeah. Because I didn't even know I did it when they asked me. And I was like, oh, I must have gave them some cue that I agreed with that or whatever. But I sat as an alternate. You did not want to be an alternate on that case. Because I was an alternate once. The only time I sat through a hearing was I was an alternate, and you sit through and you hear everything, and you start making your like, oh yeah, they did it, or no, I can see why you never. Yeah, no, not even that. they're like, all right, it's time for the jury to go deliberate. Alternates, you can go home. And I was like,
I went through this whole fucking thing.
I don't even get to go hear them. Like I realize I can't say anything, but I don't even get to know what happened. Nope. They just
turned the TV off before the last episode.
That's exactly what happened. I don't even know what happened.
Did he do it? Did he? That's what you want to know, dude.
They're like, you go home. If we need you, we'll call you. And I'm like, that's it. You're excused.
Well, I know, Barker, you're a card-carrying jury member, though. Like, you go every single time. Like, you don't even postpone. You make it happen every time. Have you ever been on one? Like a crazy one?
I've never been chosen to be in the jury because I can. Again, I'm going to jinx myself, but no, because there's always something. They say something, and then you're like, no, that doesn't make sense. Like one time it was someone that was already in prison, and again,
guilty.
He did it.
This dude shows up, and you're like,
That's a face you made. That's a face you made.
But I had to wait 2 days for me to go. No, so he had put out a hit on someone, allegedly.
Allegedly.
On a CO.
Damn.
And so it's like, dude, you want me to sit here and listen to this guy who's already in prison for life? Like, what kind of bullshit is this?
You can be tried while you're in jail?
Yes.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so we're wasting everybody's time because at the end of the day, this guy's still in prison, isn't he? What kind of, do you understand the logic?
He was in for life, and they were like, we need to give him a little more than that if possible.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
But
again, how long was he? Did they tell you that?
No. But again, you are already serving a very long prison sentence.
Yeah.
And you want me to sit around and listen to how you that wasn't me, man. I didn't put out a hit on the CO. When you legitimately have every facial tattoo on the thing.
Death to CO.
Like little lines with a line through it. How many fucking hits does he have on his chin? Yeah. That's wild, man. So you want to bring back the electric chair. You want to do the whole thing?
Listen, there's some things that if they were here, guess what? Would people find out and mess around? Essentially.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild to me the money that's made by jails. That shit blows my mind. Like we should make a jail. Fuck it. We'll start small. We'll just have like 2 or 3 cells. I'll bark you have an extra room. We'll throw a cell in there or 2. And we just start small.
You better not touch my video game plan.
I imagine Jaw with the nightstick. Just hitting her. They're making Bruno in his fucking room and shit. Like, no, but like, it's fucking such a sham. So a long time ago, I go to a training for my work, and it was like Latinos in education or some shit, right? And look, I am very fucking proud, dude, like of my Latino heritage and shit. My Mexican heritage. But sometimes, like, it's just funny when like being first generation and going and stuff like that, when you hear people that you're like, fuck, you hadn't even been a TJ dog, but like they're talking all this like madness and shit, like 15th generation away.
Listen, all right? We have to stick together because, we got to bring each other up. And you're like, I'm like, but what? Huh? What?
Like the Chicano part of it. And I'm like, dude, the reason I say Mexican American is my parents are from Mexico and I'm American. I don't expect my son to say that. He's going to make his own decision or whatever, but like whatever. But I'm not trying to have a competition with anybody. But so like I'm walking around and fucking these guys, and they're all slick, dude. They're all slick. Everybody looks like they're trying to sell me a car, right? That's not like that's presenters and shit like that, right? And dude, look, I'm the worst when I go to these things. I pay no fucking attention to nothing, dude. I'm like in there just giving no fucks, whatever, right?
He's
I'm
just
like,
a body and a seat.
Yeah. Hey, where are we gonna go have lunch? That's my like, hey, shit, y'all want to go out tonight or what? Like, that's what I'm thinking anytime I go to these things. But it's like, hey, where do you work at, man? And I go, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, Kern County. And I was like, yeah. He goes, hey, think about this. And I was like, again, never met this motherfucker in my life before. He said, there's more jails than schools in Kern County. Think about it. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, no, there's not. And I'm like, wait, what? It kind of threw me off guard. And then I think he said something about Aslan and he left. And I'm like, bitch, what did you learn? What? What the fuck just happened? Like, it was drive-by, like, teaching, and it was just kind of hit me, and it shocked me, and I didn't know what the fuck to do, but I was like, what?
And then he was gone. You blinked.
Yeah, he was gone. But he left me his business card for fucking what? I couldn't even figure out what he did.
Motivational speaker.
No, it was like Latino soothsayer. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's saying on his card, dude. It was weird. I'm like, what the fuck do you do for money, dog? Like,
professional meddler.
It's like, and those are the jobs that make tons of money, and I fucking need to find one of those jobs because these fuckers make so much bank.
True.
But it's hard to shovel bullshit. At least, like, I like talking shit, but shoveling bullshit is a whole different story. Okay. So, speaking of that, not completely not speaking of that. I was just trying to segue to something. If you could here's a question for you. If you could go see something, whatever that thing is, and there's a reason why I was thinking about this recently, because I was seeing this America documentary, and I was like, fuck, dude, I've only went one time to La Azteca to watch a game.
You been?
Yeah, my cousins took me.
Sweet.
I would but I was little. I don't remember it, if that makes any sense, right?
How little?
Like fucking probably, height-wise, yeah. But probably under 10. Yeah, so little. So what would you go see? A show, fucking, or a place, anything? Like, what would you want to fucking go and like just see with your own eyes, like to be there?
So I have Mr. Peabody's Wayback Machine?
Yes. Well, no. Right now. Not necessarily in the past. So like for me, I know this is never gonna fucking happen, but I would love to fucking see Mexico in a World Cup final. I don't give a fuck where. It could be in Antarctica at this point, like Antarctica. Like it'd be, I would fucking figure out. I would have to, because that's just never gonna happen, right? So I can say that now, and there's no repercussions to it because it's never gonna fucking happen. But if I could, if I financially could scrape together what I needed to, I would fucking do it. I would love to do that. That would be amazing. Like, World Cup's coming up, and that's why I was thinking about it. And I was like, dude, like, my dad's old, bro. Like, it's every 4 years.
What if this is the year?
Well, no, it's not that. It's not. I was more thinking like, this might be the last one. My dad's 84, bro.
Just to go to a game, though.
Well, no. Just to watch it with him. Because I'll show up to his house at 3 a.m. and be like, hey, turn TV on. And we're getting up and we're just pissed. We're just fucking mad the whole time. Like, it's not healthy, but like, it's what we do, right? So I'm like thinking to myself, like, holy shit. And then this one's during fucking work. And I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, I don't know. I might end up using all my 10 days this year, like, depending on what fucking happens. But for me, it would totally be a World Cup game. I would love for my pops to be there, but that would be fucking amazing. I think like in the final would be fucking rock solid as fuck. But so like, go see something, go like step on, like just see something. What would you want to see? Or where would you want to go? Or what would you want to watch? Abarca?
I'm going to pass.
Okay. Enrique, I know you fucking probably have like 13 of these.
Enrique's already pricing stuff out.
He's already pricing
I want to go to Santorini, Greece.
Ooh.
Wow. I just think it's beautiful.
Did they shoot a Fast and Furious?
I've just seen.
The car jumps over it?
You see a lot of people post, when they travel there. And
are you like a fan of Greek mythology?
No,
shit like that?
no. The place looks kind of cool.
But that's the coolest one that you've seen, like that you would want to.
That like, where I'm like, oh, that looks kind of amazing.
Well, there is something to stepping on places that are fucking thousands of years old, right? Like, again, we're so brand new in this country compared to like other places, right? That's kind of fucking cool.
But like sports wise, I would love to go to Real Madrid.
Oh, El Bernabeu.
Bernabeu. Okay. That would be kind of cool. Or any Premier League.
Yeah, but you got to go to one of those old fucking timey stadiums or whatever that you love to see or whatever. That'd be fucking kind of cool. Stevens, place, thing.
It would be Rome.
Ooh.
Because of the history there. Like, I would love to just stand in the middle of the stands, right?
You're just fucking shouting for blood, Steven. Like,
yeah, let's do this.
Like, so you want the Colosseum? You want like
yeah. Mm-hmm. The Parthenon, all of that. Because I took Latin in high school, partly because that's my favorite.
Dorcas Malorcas.
This is all true. But partly because I love that era of history. Like, it is... That's how everything started, right? Like,
well, before we even fucking were talking, I was like, dude, my favorite Assassin's Creed game is totally the one in Rome. But no, it's a whole dose starting to go to the Vatican.
I know,
it's
cool. My sisters talked about it. I haven't played, but
it's actually really cool. Cool.
Like all of that, like that is where I want to go, and I don't want to do like a vacation. I want to go and spend time because I want to be able to. I want to be able to like see and do it all. And I think if you're on vacation, in a few years. Yeah.
Because you were born in the 60s.
Because when you're on a vacation, right? Like you have a week there. It's true, bro. 50 is right around the corner.
Because you were born in the 60s.
I know.
She looks so young.
I know.
No, but like when you would like to be there for a month.
Yeah, because I want to be able to. I want to be able to see it. Like I don't want to have to be like, oh, we're gonna go here and then we're gonna go here and then we're gonna go here. Like I don't want to rush through. I want to be able to sit there and just enjoy it and like imagine things.
Can you do that now with your job? Can't you?
Well, supposedly, I mean, we have summers off, right? But me personally, no.
That's why I'm asking because I don't know how realistic
technically
that is.
I could, but me
then if you
personally,
don't work that
no.
summer, then that money that you would probably use to do that is like you don't have that money or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
That's the thing too.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I've been places, some of my favorite time wherever I'm at is when we don't have anything planned and you're just kind of soaking whatever that is in.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes I feel like
you're just there, right?
You overbook shit and you're just like, dude, running around like a chicken with your head cut off. And I'm like, how am I fucking supposed to enjoy it?
It becomes a job.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we gotta be here. And it's cool to have plans. I just don't like just check out the vibe, like feel the vibe of where you're at, right? And stuff like that, you know?
I told the students at the beginning of the year when you do, you're like, oh, this is me. Mm-hmm. I told them, I said, Hawaii is the only place I have ever been where vacation meant sitting by the pool. Mm-hmm. Everywhere else I go vacation, we are on the go, mm-hmm. like morning to night, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's long days, you're tired, all that kind of stuff. You need a couple days off when you get back from your vacation.
Yeah.
Whereas Hawaii is not like that for me. Every time we go to Hawaii, like we go out and do things, but you know, like you go do a thing for a couple hours and then you come back and you hang by the pool. Mm-hmm. It is what you're talking about. It's relaxing.
Vibe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did an Airbnb last time. Went to Hawaii and we were in the neighborhood, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's walk the streets." Mm-hmm. That shit got real scary real quick. But
he's like, "Oli, what you do?"
We needed alcohol. We went to a fucking corner store. Yeah, it was my best idea.
Stay away from my ABC market.
Oh, dude! Oh my god, ABC's everywhere. Okay, all right. So it would be that. Abarca?
If I had to do it in the U.S., I would like to kind of go all of Route 66.
Ooh, so try that shit. How far? What are we talking about here? The whole U.S.?
It's Santa Monica to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit! And it's just 2-lane the whole way, or does it like open up?
A lot of the way.
A lot of the way, but
really,
yeah. And you can stop by and see all these little old timey
giant people
things. Yeah,
stuff like that.
If I would, I'd love to go to Japan. But that's a trip that I don't. It's not 2 weeks. Like I want to go do the theme parks there, but I want to see Tokyo Tower. I want to go to Kyoto. I want to visit Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and see what crazy people can do to a whole society. And
because you're such a big fan of Tokyo Drift too, huh?
Never once watched.
It's really Godzilla, bro. Is there?
Now they have the zip line where you zip line right into Godzilla's mouth.
Wait, they do?
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of fucking cool.
They have a lot of cool. Well, they have a lot of stuff,
bro. Come on.
Japan's very intriguing too. Like, I don't know. Just,
yeah, dude. I was talking about. Like, I'm thinking even China, like some of the history, just seeing like the great being on the Great Wall, being like shit like
I've
that.
I've been watching because I watched on Bravo the Mediterranean, the below deck shows.
You love that shit. Yeah.
So they go into all these places like in Greece and stuff, and just like just all that architecture. I mean, just all those like it's amazing. It just looks kind of cool.
Space. I'd like to go to space.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
dude.
That's a tough one.
So
for
you're
me.
saying if it gets to the point where you could like, it's almost like the cost of a vacation to go up, see it, and come back down. Let's say it's a cost of a vacation.
Yeah,
you're up there 3-4 minutes, but you come back down. You would do it?
Well, if
it gets to that point.
I thought it was like 40 G's now.
See, that's a fucking way too. So I'm saying, let's say
that's not.
Let's say it costs 5 to 10.
5 to 10,
and you go up, you fucking see it.
Yeah, I want like
I think I would too.
The Shatner experience.
Yeah. We're right in the big penis. Just a sperm chilling in there. Like, well, not really in the penis, but beyond the point. That's the thing. But no, yeah, that's like one thing that my wife and I always talk about. Like, she swears she's gonna retire like in 2 days. But like to me, like I actually have a meeting coming up too to fucking start like planning that shit out because I want to like first off, that's why I want the kids out the fuck out of my house because every time a kid leaves, it's like you get a raise. So I'm like shit, that's 2-3 raises I could get right there, bro. On top of like getting old, but I want to be able to just go. Just be able to fucking go, you know, and it does have to be like every fucking weekend we're going somewhere, but like once a year, just go somewhere and be there 3 weeks, 4 weeks, like, and just fucking enjoy the shit out of it, dude. I think that'd be so fucking cool. One of our coworkers retired last year. That's what him and his wife were doing. And I'm like, he's like, I'm going to India this week. I'm going to this place. And I'm like, that's cool, man. Like, just the fact that they're doing that shit, I think that's dope.
Yeah.
I don't want to work to the point where I can't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and that would suck. You know, and we see, I don't know, I think I feel like we see that too much at work, you know, but fuck it. I mean, hopefully we can make it happen. All right. I'm in love with She-Hulk. I love the show. I love Megan Thee Stallion in the show.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That shit was fucking hilarious. They like dug into the Megan Thee Stallion. I love the end of it where she's like, that's right, there's only one Megan Thee Stallion. She like did the whole fucking thing. The twerking. I fucking loved it. What? Okay. And I was talking to you about this, Abarca. Where the fuck are they going? Like, as much as I love this, I feel like they're just shooting shit out of cannons right now. And they're way smarter than me. They're probably it's all going to come together and it's all going to make sense. But this is so much different than anything else they've ever done.
I'll tell you what I hope it's going.
Okay.
I know Daredevil's in the show.
Boner's back.
Oh, I forgot.
Daredevil's in the show. So it might be next week. I don't know.
Well, this is not a show about a bunch of cameos. It's my shit. Like, when she does that shit, I love it. But, so he's coming. He's coming.
So I would love for her to have to defend somebody. And the opposition is Matt Murdock.
Okay. It's played in my head as soon as you start talking. Okay. All right. So he's on the other side of it.
Yeah.
Both don't. Well, he knows who she is, but she doesn't know who he is.
Correct. Yeah, and have it be some like the Owl or some Daredevil villain where he doesn't want to defend him, but he knows he's innocent, even though he's a piece of shit.
Interesting. Wow. What if it's Elektra? Bullseye. The Kingpin. Oh shit. I mean, like, the Kingpin's dead right now, right? We don't know, but he might be. Okay.
Although they're making Born Again.
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil Born Again is going to be a series on Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. Born Again is where Karen Page says, "Hey, she either they blackmail her or in the comics she's addicted to drugs, and she's like, I need one hit. I know who Daredevil is." And then that goes all the way to Wilson Fisk, and Wilson Fisk messes up Matt Murdock's life. And then there's a man, rock bottom, has nothing to lose. He's like, all right, you want to do this? Let's go.
They're making this on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
And it's like 22 episodes or whatever.
God damn. When is this coming out?
It's like full season. Next fall, I think.
Holy shit, this is happening right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's being filmed right now.
So if they're going back, if they're returning to the dark with Daredevil, like, I think that the show is a palate cleanse before we get
the fucking shit.
Insanity.
But they have to do some stuff with Titania because they haven't done.
Yeah, they do.
They haven't done anything. Wow. They haven't done anything with her, and she's supposed to be the big bad, right? So like, her storyline needs to continue at some point, and I would hope that
is she the big bad though?
Supposedly, like, she's not just one
Maybe
episode.
That's who Matt Murdock defends.
Titania.
Maybe. I don't know. I know she has to come back, is what I'm saying. She has more in the season.
What? Okay. Enrique, have you been watching?
I haven't watched the newest one.
Oh, it's good. Spoiler alert. Megan Thee Stallion's in it.
Oh, no, I did. That's the newest one?
That's the newest one.
Yeah, I've seen it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did see it.
It's fucking hilarious, dude. The little elf thing. He's like, this guy really thinks he fucking was with Megan.
So is she a superhero now because she was signing with her?
I love that shit. I will kill for you, Megan. Bring it back. You're way more fun than my other lawyers. That shit, it's just, and that makes more sense, right? You're trying to like get me happy because the shit's about to fucking hit the fan. Because, like, and we talk about The Boys, I think, is just dark. It feels like the whole way through. But it would be real cool because we've seen, like, Daredevil was pretty dark all the way, but to see him broken, that would be kind of cool. But I like how you kind of like, not every story has to be that. And if they do that now with what you're saying, Born Again, if they go that hard, that would be fucking kind of cool. Like, just to see him completely get fucking ripped a new one or whatever. Just like when you lose everything. Mm-hmm. That's a more realistic story of it or whatever. Okay. Stevens, what you been thinking about She-Hulk? Like it? I mean, you said you liked it.
Oh, yeah, I like it. I like it because it's, well, it's girl power, right? So I like that.
Y'all don't like it.
Let's go, Enrique. We're out of here. Women haters.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, so I like it, but I also like the comedy. I like that it feels comic booky, not in the same way as Ms. Marvel.
Okay.
But it feels comic booky to me, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like it's just fun. This is a fun show. Like it's not serious yet, but I like the story with Abomination, right? How he's like, I've totally turned myself around. I'm like, have you? And then I was, I was like, really? And then I'm like, look at, I guess, yeah, he can control himself. So, I don't know. I like all that.
And we know for sure Daredevil's coming, right?
Haven't they shown clips already?
There are stills that
anybody else?
No, like they've kept this close to the chest.
Because I mean, I like Luke Cage. Dude, I thought Luke Cage was fucking dope.
I feel like they're all going to show up in
Daredevil.
Wouldn't they be in a movie? Maybe.
Right. That was always my thing. I wish they would have came out in the movie. Like,
well, just as a way to intro them to Daredevil Reborn or something, maybe. Or maybe.
Well, what's the next movie coming out for Marvel?
When does the
No, I'm not the super producer.
Super Stevens. What's the next Marvel movie?
I can't even think of the
Morpheus
thing I want to ask.
It's Morbius.
Ah, son of a bitch! I'll get that sooner or later.
It's Morbin time, bro.
Well, let's be real. I'm never gonna have to fucking say that word again. But
what's the Echo? Maybe they come out in Echo. That's what I was thinking. I couldn't remember what it was.
I like that character. Look, I'm not saying that anything Marvel's doing is. I've enjoyed Miss Marvel. I'm enjoying this. I've enjoyed everything recently. I thought, I can't say that. Moon Knight, I don't know. Moon Knight was one that I was just kind of like, I liked it, but then I fucking just haven't finished it. I need to go back. I probably never will because there's so much good shit out there. There's just so much shit to watch. But it gets good.
It's cool. And he makes that series. He's got like there's a whole episode where it's just him and him.
So am I to believe that because all the old Avengers are gone, these are all the fools that are going to end up becoming the Avengers?
There's Young Avengers,
but I mean that's like the Miss Marvel. Then, Jessica, was it Jessica Chavez?
Mm-hmm.
America Chavez. Jones.
America Chavez. Like you're talking about, like the kids from Scarlet Witch and. Okay,
I want Jessica Jones to come back. I got your stuff. So She-Hulk's right now. There's an untitled Halloween special.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. Uh-huh. Black Panther's November though.
Oh, Black Panther, but you can't bring.
No, they wouldn't be in that.
What kind
and
of
then
footage?
Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
They're not gonna be in that.
What If Season 2 is early next year?
Oh my god, my dad asked me about that.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is February.
I can see that.
It's called Quantumania.
I can see that.
It's Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Secret Invasion though, so maybe.
So is Secret Invasion the next Avengers movie?
No, it's a series.
Oh.
Yeah, Secret Avengers isn't even in theaters. It's a Disney Plus thing. And you know what? At the end of the week, we will find out more about what's happening with Disney Plus because we are going to be at D23.
Hey. Okay.
So we'll tell you about Star Wars and Marvel and all sorts of cool projects next week.
Because they'll drop all that shit.
And then Disney Plus Day is Thursday. No, Friday. The 9th, right? 8th or 9th?
They just announced like all the new shows coming.
There's a whole bunch of kind of new specials, but there's also the Investor Day. So like that's when they tell you, if you want to invest in us, we'll have
ABCD.
We'll have Wolverine coming out, and guess what? It's Hugh Jackman. And then it's like Oprah moment. It's like, you get a Jackman. You get a Jackman.
No, it's Oprah moment where he slid through the zip line and fucking almost killed himself. Remember that shit when he did that? Oprah, he fucking slid. Wasn't that Hugh Jackman? Am I crazy? He like, yeah. Look this shit up, Stevens. He like slid on a zip line into Oprah and he fucking like broke his nose or some shit like that.
Well, guys, we can literally just put
you want to do a zip line in your room?
No. We can put the video without sound right here.
But we can't put that video, right?
No. We without sound.
Oh, without sound. Is that what
we have to talk over it? So keep talking about how he broke his nose.
No, he hurt
because
himself,
then it becomes transformative.
Didn't he like hurt himself?
Yeah, he was injured while performing a stunt atop the Sydney Opera House at the Oprah Winfrey Show.
I'm Wolverine.
I'll make all my shit up, bro. Like sometimes there's actually some truth to it. But no, yeah, I'm excited. I know they'll tie it up with a nice little bow. None of us knew what the fuck was happening when this first started way back when. We were just excited to get fucking comic book movies. So I'm sure they'll figure it out.
There's so many, and it's all labeled out till dates
To the year
TBD,
3000.
but the last is November 2025 is the last one they have listed.
2025.
But they've got Spider-Man sequels, Deadpool 3, Armor Wars,
You expect
Wakanda
American
series,
Lasso Monk?
I know. I was gonna tell you, with this heat wave, I don't fucking know.
Marvel Zombies.
You know what I heard?
Are we gonna get through this one?
I didn't even make it till
Tomorrow,
this week.
just get through tomorrow, and then we're going down.
12?
112.
No, tomorr's like 1:15.
Oh man.
No, we
My
got
line's
like
always 112. Fool.
No, last I saw this morning it was 1:15. Because I was like, I'm not gonna make it. Can I stay in bed? Look
So
at
you get transformative.
1:15.
Son of a bitch.
yeah.
Here
All
on
right.
town?
Speaking of straight fire,
At least we're not in Death Valley. It's 120 there.
Steven just fucking stepped on
Wow,
my
you
goddamn thing.
you break the kayfabe all the time. You don't let the joke breathe.
Fucking Enrique's falling asleep and shit over here, dude. He can't even fucking keep his eyes open. Speaking of straight fire, well, I don't know. We watched Return to the 36 Chambers. What the fuck? And we'll be back after this break. Hey guys, that was a trailer to Return to the 36 Chamber. What the fuck? That's not actually in the title, guys. I don't think I say that every time.
That's not the subtitle.
Oh, I don't know how to fucking feel. Okay, hey. Barca, hit him with the back of the box.
First of all, damn it, Apple. No, because I put the characters' names and it changes stuff. So now Gordon Liu's character is Chow Jin, chef. Or chef. Hey, Return to the 36 Chamber 1980. When thugs prey upon innocent factory workers, a small-time scammer trains for revenge by studying the moves of Shaolin Temple monks. Directed by Lu Chi Lang. Stars Gordon Liu as Chow Jin Che. Lu Wei Wang as Boss Wang. And King Judy as Monk Sante and Loon Hua
She's too easy.
as Chen Xisheng.
Woo. Okay. Enrique, just so people know, because people might not know, I didn't remember this. I bet you didn't fucking know this till like 30 minutes into this movie.
Right. What the
This
fuck?
is a part, it's loosely a part two though. There's a trilogy. So I'm interested to see the third one at some point called Disciples of 36 Chamber, just because I want to see what the fuck, what happens with the third one.
Well, it's a sequel, but with a caveat, with an asterisk.
A big asterisk. We have basically the same main character. So they brought back what's his name? Pattinson for Batman. But now he's not playing Batman. He's playing a completely different character.
He's playing Robin.
He's playing Robin. Not even. Yeah. No, he's fucking playing Ketchup Man or Condiment Man or some shit. Like just a complete. Because it's not even like he was serious in the first one, and now in the second one it's comedy.
It's a comedy.
It's a comedy.
Yeah.
So just know that, guys, going in. This is a completely different movie. This is not the same movie. But I'm so torn. Enrique.
I mean, I wasn't expecting this. I was so hyped. I was so hyped for this movie.
So what'd you think?
I thought, what the fuck? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it was good because I was so thrown off by what this movie is. Yeah. And the whole time I'm watching, so at the whole beginning, I'm like trying to piece it all together how this is the same guy from the first movie. I'm like, what is going on? This is the first guy. It's him. And why is he acting like he's
like a slapdick?
Yeah.
As an actor.
Well, first of all, it's obvious it's not the same guy. He has a different name. Come on.
But
this is his name like what's in the movie? Maybe twice.
They're like, Che.
No, they call him.
No, I fixed it.
They call him a lot though. They use his name a lot.
I think they do that purposely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if I can't really say whether or not this is a good movie, like, because I just wasn't. I was just so thrown off. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm really.
Hey, show me on the skeleton where he touched you for. Just tell me that.
It threw you for a loop. You weren't expecting.
Well, I was hyped. I was so hyped up for it, anyways. And you know how that always kind of backfires because it never reaches that. Yeah. And then it's a totally different. It's a comedy. He plays a whole different character. And, but what they're so good at is the montages, like when he's not actually at the monk or at the temple, he's just doing side jobs. and then all those pay off at the very end. They're so good at that. And that's when the movie, that's when you're like, oh hell yeah, this is kind of this is dope. But when he first gets into the temple, I felt like he got in there too easy for one.
Yeah, he like cheated his way in.
And then they're just like, yeah, just hang out. And then, oh no, we're gonna kick you out. Oh no, never mind. Let's just have you do these side jobs. And so if I watch it again, knowing what it is, I probably would like it a whole lot more because I still feel like the payoffs at the end are worthwhile.
Fuck, dude.
They're still very good. But yeah, I was just thrown off for a loop.
Super Stevens, I'm gonna ask Barker right now what he thought. But can you look up what's the time between this one and the first one? Like how much time do we have? A year, 2 years, 3 months? Like what's the time between?
Oh, literal time.
Yeah, literal time. Yeah. Oh, Barker, what you think? And I'm with you, Enrique. I don't even know how the fuck to feel. But what you think?
So, I tend to dislike the more comedic martial arts movies because it's always very slapstick.
Mm-hmm.
And
this is not Kung Fu Hustle.
And then we've talked about how that is probably a cultural thing because it reads really quickly. So when you first are introduced to Gordon Liu's character, you're like, oh shoot, he's back. And then he's like, why is he doing all these things?
Why isn't he a badass?
But then he shows up as Sante, which is the character from the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, okay, so he's not Sante.
So, and please finish. I just want to ask that question. So does that mean that the guy he goes and trains with is him?
Yes. So
did you pick that up?
I would have rather
no.
he played two roles in this movie.
I'm with you on that.
And maybe it's just Sante now has facial hair or something.
Or he like the long, but they're bald headed. You're right.
So who was he? Who was his character from the first movie?
The guy who trains him.
His master.
Him.
Yes, because he ends that movie saying, "I'm going to start the 36th chamber," and so now
the guy that has him do all the big stuff.
Years in the future.
That's fucking cool.
Or I wish he was an older man.
Yeah. Older. That would have been perfect. Just be old. Okay, continue.
So why not just have him play that guy?
I on that too.
Because I bet you that if you have a movie called Return to the 36th Chamber and he's not in it, much like...
not in like as much?
He's not in it as much like Metal Gear Solid 2. You start off as...
Don't you fucking take me down this road.
You start off as Solid Snake and then you're like, okay, this mission's done. Guess what? The whole rest of the video game is somebody new.
I fucking hated that game. It took me so long to go back and play that.
That's interesting because, either way, right? Either way, you're kind of fucked.
But if you double roll him...
I'll make him older.
Or just make him old. Him as an old man.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be him. You still have Gordon Liu. I would have been fine with that. If you told me when I played fucking Metal Gear Solid 2 that I was young Solid Snake, fuck it, I'm in. But you give me some slap dick with the fucking sword like nobody gives two shits about.
How dare you for Raiden?
Fuck you. And Raiden, or you give me this like slapsticky kind of a guy. What the fuck? Did the first one, I'm trying to remember this, and I didn't have time to watch it again. The first one has little elements of comedy, right?
Well, he messes up, remember?
Yeah, but it's not really comedy. That's more like him fucking up. Yes, but it's funny.
He messes up and then he's like, you have to go train. And he's like, this is all my fault. So we have that. So there's little beats in both movies that are echoes of each other. But there's still things that make this movie shine. There's the character that has extremely big teeth.
Oh, yeah.
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 And even when he's avoiding getting hit, there's a ballet, there's this beautiful movement in doing so of not getting hit and pretending that you're not someone that knows martial arts.
Yeah.
And can probably defend yourself.
Yeah.
When they're faking, like in the beginning, when they're all in on the joke and
that shit look cool.
Like all that was well done.
Yeah.
Not all that hit, but I was still trying to figure out what the fuck I was watching at that point. But
so I'm looking at Disciples of the 36th Chamber, which is 1985.
I have that for you.
But what I was asking, this one says action comedy.
Don't do her job.
No, but this one says action comedy where the other one just said comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if this one says that he reprises his role.
He's back as Sante. And
maybe this is a better one. Who the fuck knows? I don't know.
And but
I'm almost scared now to go into the third one.
Well, we'll go in with low expectations. And
it's much more
greatest movie ever.
Yeah. It seems like it has a much more budget.
A bigger budget.
It's a bigger budget.
The third one.
It is. Yeah. It looks really, really nice. And so I think that they are now kind of, it's a reaction to the other movies that are being made in Hong Kong. You're like,
because it's 85.
Because it's like Jackie Chan now is we're doing Police Story and we're doing all these other kind of things.
Okay.
And Gordon Liu is amazing in this too. In this, like, he's so good.
He's my guy.
If Gordon Liu's not in this, here's the thing. Again, if Gordon Liu isn't in this movie, people are gonna riot. And they're like, why did I come watch this? I wanted to see Gordon Liu. You're returning to the 36th chamber. Maybe twin brother. Give me the twin brother trope.
Anything.
Something.
Double impact this bitch.
Yeah.
Like, do whatever you need to do.
They just probably couldn't pull it off at that point.
But he...
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying.
Whatever. Chapolin Colorado was this big, and that was in the 60s.
That's good. Or he's a different... Again, make him a different character. Just make him an old man. Not even him. It could be just an old man. And you're like, oh, this is 30 years later. He's old now. He's a new guy. Cool. It's just the fact that it took me, I'm like, why does that name sound familiar? I had to go fucking IMDb. Oh, it's him. It's shit. I was like, why didn't you?
Well, it might as well
make it obvious.
It's been 30 years later because at one point he takes out pliers to cut.
The string. The wire.
The wire.
Okay, Steven, so what do we got in between?
That's right.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
It was 78 to 80.
80 to 85.
80 to 85.
2 years is kind of quick for a sequel, no?
Yes, but what he does, a diagram pole fighter
He
between?
has some stuff in between.
I gotta watch them. Yeah, we gotta get more Gordon Liu in our life. Okay, so
Is this all we've
that.
seen for him? These movies?
No, Clan of the White Lotus, bro. Remember?
Well, yeah.
Fucking love that shit. Yeah. Well, Kill Bill at some point. Like, you know, we're gonna get to that sooner or later. Stevens,
where he plays two roles.
Yeah. Yes. How many other comedies did this man make? I don't know. That's fucking easy to find or not. Because, okay, so let's take the fucking fighting part. Because I will tell you this. I think that if you just gave me the last 30 minutes of this movie, I'm not even thinking twice. It's in the fucking top 10. We'll talk about that right now. So I don't even because that shit was mind blowing to me. But let's get rid of that. Comedy, the comedic aspect of this movie. Did it work for you guys? Did he pull it off?
The ruse, the like trying to trick the bad guys, that's funny.
The
yes.
And people are flying. Okay.
But it's 1980 and you've got the useless townspeople. Mm-hmm. They're like, we don't know what to do. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, that's exactly what their fucking voices sounded like. I had to put the goddamn subtitles on because this shit was fucking annoying me. It's so bad.
How dare you?
Compared to the subtitles. The subtitles make this movie better if you did not have them on. It makes more sense. The dialogue does.
Yeah.
It really does compared to like the fucking the dubs. The dubs are fucking bad. But anyways, okay. So we got that.
Yeah, and the thing is that because these are Chinese movies, you as an Eastern viewer are already coming with the history, right? We know why the Manchus hate the Hans, or you would know why the Manchus hate the Hans hate the Manchus, and why them coming in and muscling their way in is such a big deal. And to us, it's like, okay, who are these guys? Is that a different city? What's going on?
So knowing that kind of helps out a little bit. It was funny in parts, but not. I like the serious tone a lot better. I like the first one a lot better. Like fucking people died. Like he was going to get help because people.
Yes,
died.
And the training makes sense. Whereas this, he's like, you have to train. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Think for yourselfers?
Yeah. Why does he have to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was trying to help y'all out. It didn't work.
There's 8 men and they have poles. Hide the poles. Like, what?
And again, he really didn't want to do this. They made him do that. Mm-hmm. He was just a hustler. He was a 2-bit hustler. There's
a selfishness in him, in the townsfolk wanting to go and help. And he's like, and he finally kind of gets it. He's like, this is my fault. And it's only when he's going to get kicked out. He's like, no, I can't. Like, I need to stay here. I need to figure this out.
I didn't like that one of our ladies wasn't a fucking badass fighter in this movie.
Yeah,
like,
they were.
All they did was get slapped around.
Yeah,
there was even I've never seen this in my life, a triple slap in this movie. I don't know if you guys caught that. Yeah. He there's 3 of them lined up, and he goes yeah, and he hits all 3 of them. I was like, God damn, that's a triple slap. I've only heard of these things. I never saw one in real life. So, but like, there's not one good fucking female fighter in this movie.
Wow.
Well, I mean, honestly, other than him, of the good guys, there's not one fucking fighter.
Yeah.
Like, they're pretty shitty, all of them. They all get the shit beat out of them. There's, at one point, they literally, like, cohort 3 of them to come into, to get, this is where he does a cutting of the string or whatever, which at first I thought was just a mistake left in. And I'm like, God damn, they didn't even try to get that string out of this shit. But then, like, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But there's still enough to beat the shit out of 3 guys. Nope. They get the shit beat out of them once they figure out, like, well, they fall for it. But I'm saying before he flew down from the trees, they were getting the shit beat out of him. So anything, Stevens, like comedy-wise?
So he does have some comedies. Like I found 7 that show up as comedies.
Okay.
And then I found how many movies between... Oh, where'd it go? I have a whole bunch open right now.
Between 1 and 2.
Between the first one and the second one. So he's got... Okay. So 36 Chamber was in 78. After that came Breakout from Oppression. Shaolin Mantis. Well, I don't know if these are comedies.
I know, I'm just joking. It doesn't sound like
Shaolin Mantis, Heroes of the East, The Shadow Boxing, Fury and Shaolin Temple, Dirty Ho, Fists and...
What's that, Dirty Ho?
We haven't fucking watched Dirty Ho yet.
He plays a prince in that. Fists and Guts. Clan of the White Lotus was 80.
I watched Guts and Fists.
Carry On Wise Guy was also 80. Return to 36 Chamber was later 80.
Man, that motherfucker was pumping out movies.
So all of that in those 2 years.
Yeah.
And then you want comedy names?
I just get. Is there one that sticks out that you're like, oh, I remember that one? Is there anything that like?
So the
Dirty Ho's not a comedy?
No, he's got all 3 of the 36 Chamber movies show up as comedies.
The first one?
And then Martial Club from 81 shows up as a comedy. The 8 Diagram Pole Fighter from 84 shows up as comedy. Really? I don't know. Deadly Mantis shows up from comedy. So I guess there's that one between because he's fighting a giant bug.
I'm in.
I am too. And then I was going to suggest that as right. And then Tales of a Eunuch. From 83.
Well, that's gotta be
That's
hilarious.
gotta be fucking hilarious, bro. Come on. You know,
I don't know if those are comedies, but those are what show up.
Knowing that this was a fucking straight comedy did make me appreciate one thing. That was the fact that when Old Dirty Bastard dropped his fucking album, which I still think is maybe the best fucking cover of all time. His fucking welfare card, his legit welfare card on the fucking cover. I still remember when he took Kurt Loder to the welfare office to pick up his check. He was talking about getting gonorrhea twice. Fucking Old Dirty. Anyways, the name of his album is Return to 36 Chamber, the dirty version. And I'm like, well, that fucking makes sense because he was a funny one of the crew. Of all the Wu-Tang members, he was a comedy. He was a legit the comedic rapper. Like compared to all those other guys, he was a fucking guy doing all the skits and all that dumb shit. I remember that in that album, he has like, remember when we were little kids, we used to go like this. And they just do the fucking sound for like a minute and a half. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, it's stupid or whatever. Like, you know, recognize where he has like an afro on it and he's fucking dressed like a pimp. Like, so I'm like, oh, well, that I never had made that connection. I thought it was just him going, like, 36 Chamber was the name of their first album. Oh, he's going back to it. No, he's the comedic rapper. This is a comedy movie. That's why the name of this. So that's the only thing I appreciated from the comedy in this movie. It's like, it's fucking Old Dirty. Look at you. Good job, buddy. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Big Dirt McGirt. But yeah, I didn't care for it. I honestly didn't. And I don't know if it threw me off more because I wasn't expecting it. Like what Enrique's saying, like I fucking truly didn't know what the fuck I was getting into. I mean, I feel like a lot of these movies have a little bit of slapstick in them, but this was complete fucking slapstick. I mean, I think A Crippled Avengers had a little bit of comedy in it, but in the end, all be all, it's not a comedic movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this was just all comedy, I felt like. But that being said, so that's the comedy part of it. Anybody? I mean,
no, there's again, if Gordon Liu's out in this movie, I don't know who else can pull the kind of Miyagi training that they have him do.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is that character going through all that? I don't think anybody else would have pulled it off like he does.
It just
so he kind of had to play that character.
Yeah,
but
the grace of him tying things is like, no, that'll work. And he's like,
damn, bro, that shit was insane.
So why not make him look different somehow?
It's kind of hard when you're a monk, though, right? Because
you have that one look.
You have that one look.
And you're gonna look like the first one.
Yeah.
Which again, I would have been fine with He's just what really
Well, he
annoyed
had
me is when he
black
gets to
hair
the temple.
or brown hair or white hair.
Whatever hair. Yeah, whatever it was.
This is my hair. I have white hair.
Yeah.
And he kept patting it, and it was
fucking.
like
That shit actually
powder.
did make me kind of laugh. Like, I was
Santé.
like, yeah, that was. I'll admit that was kind of funny to me because I think it was so stupid that it made me laugh. Like I was like,
Well, and
this
it took
fucking
him 2
stupid.
days to wash his hair.
Yeah, I did.
Did you notice the time?
Yeah.
Like the time. It was so
When you
funny.
try to sneak there at night and jumps into the pool or whatever the fuck that is, there's no water in there. You're like, oh, this fucking guy. So, okay. The whole beginning of this movie, I'm just kind of like, whatever. It's annoying. The one scene that kind of pissed me off is where like the girl tries to hug him and he's like, I'm a monk, respect me or whatever. And then the other guy's like, you don't have to respect me. And I go slap this shit. I'm like, ugh. But okay, he gets to that shit just was annoying, but funny. So then he gets to the temple. Enrique has a great point. He gets in.
Well, he finds them like out in the field somewhere, right?
Oh, that one. Okay,
That
I'm
was
not
the
even talking
first.
about that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that one had another fucking annoying comedy thing to me. The whole where he makes him shit his pants.
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
like,
yeah,
Here's a laxative.
yeah.
It's not working. This guy's real tough.
I was just like,
Yeah.
bro, this is like, come on, dog. Like, what are we doing
And then
here?
I was like, oh, I know they're not gonna. And then it's like,
yes, but they had the fucking sounds, bro. Like, come on, dog. Like,
It was 1980.
yeah, no. Like, I'm not gonna give it that fast, Stevens. That kind of annoyed me. But okay, so he doesn't work. He goes back into town and he finds out other dudes are sneaking into the temple,
yes.
right? And he's like, oh shit, this
What's
is
not
the
that they're
day.
sneaking in?
They're coming back from.
They're talking about. Yeah. I guess they're like. It's like Romspringa for the Amish.
Spring break, motherfucker. Yeah, like basically, right?
I think the other two were trying to sneak in,
yeah, that's
right?
what I'm saying. The other two dudes were trying to sneak in. So he's like, okay, me too. Because they're the ones that get
Because
trapped.
he's like eavesdropping on their conversation.
Yeah,
because
and he
they're
legit
like,
is actually eavesdropping on their like, I'm like, really, dog, you're doing this shit? Like, whatever.
So is that how you get into the temple? You just gotta sneak in, or what?
But they don't get through.
They all got trapped in the.
But why are people trying to sneak in? Is that just the way?
That's what I didn't
Because you
understand
want to be a
either.
Shaolin Monk. You want to learn Kung Fu.
I know, but
Kung
is
Fu
that
is-
how it-
Kung
But
Fu
don't
is-
you just go and say like, "Hey, how can I get in here?
but
Can
once
I
you
learn?"
sneak in, you're just in, and then they just start training you. Like, how does that work?
It's a good point. I don't know. Remember, we did this. We can fucking figure this out, guys. We're willing to fucking just leave our lives and become Shaolin Monks. We can sign up for
Wait,
this shit.
speaking of that, you have to explain your text from yesterday.
Oh, we were coming back
Oh.
from. We were coming back from Southern California.
Okay.
No, I stopped at Carl's Jr. and in Gorman, there's that antique store.
Yes.
It's
There's
a parking lot.
There is?
Antique
Yes.
Mall, right?
Right
Yeah,
next
it's
to
called,
the
yeah.
chevron.
Oh, okay.
In the parking lot, there is a man in a robe, karate slippers. I don't know what the actual name are, but
I call them swap meet slippers. But yeah.
he's in a gray robe and he's bald. And he's like looking majestically at the mountains. And
Oh, he's a monk, bro.
Yeah.
I look at that shit. I don't even notice the mountains over there. I'm like,
and I told SPS, hey, did you see that Shaolin Monk? And she's like, what are you talking about? Dude, I said, there's a Shaolin Monk right there. And then when she goes, look, he's not there. I'm like, there's a Shaolin Monk.
Yeah, it
And
is.
sure enough, I was driving away. He's getting into a car.
I saw him getting.
Not
into
driving.
a car? That's bullshit. He's not a Shaolin
He
Monk.
did have the robe.
Into
He
a
did
van.
have the bald head. Like all
Did he
that.
have
I just
the
didn't
Did he have the dots on top?
Didn't see that.
Too far away.
Damn.
If I get close, he's going to.
Okay. We've been Shaolin. I've seen.
He might have
I've seen
been
him all the
coming
time
to
in
hunt
LA.
us down.
I've seen him a lot in LA. Like Shaolin monks. I don't know if they're
No,
actual
but,
legit.
So, but not the.
You know what I'm
Maybe they're
saying?
coming to bring you an invitation.
I've been waiting for that shit too. I'm like, me,
But not the-
I'll leave
not the
I'll leave my
orange-
family right now. You can make me a monk.
Yeah. Not the orange kind of like little robes that we kind of see, like Tibetan monks.
Yeah.
No, this was like freaking Wan Fei Hong is just hanging out.
How hard would you consider going?
How
if
hard were you? How hard were you?
Not at all. I was like, oh, this is cool.
If someone was to come offer you gave you an actual invitation to go
I
train
can't. I'm too fucking. I'm getting too old for this shit, dog. Like I can't do it now.
20
if I was in my
20 years ago.
20s,
Could you lift buckets of water up over those?
well, no, but I'd
things?
get there, right?
With knives on
But
the
you're
side.
you're in
get
the
there.
process of starting your career that you're still in, and
I see. You fucked it up. Once you say career, I'm not gonna do it. But let's say I'm right before that shit.
no, but that has got. I mean, it's got to be a choice. You can't just.
I just can't be a
You can't
slap.
be- yeah, you can't
I'm
be-
leaving all kinds of fun and pussy fool. Like, what are you talking about? There's a choice to be made. There's a choice to be made still. Like, but no. I grew up with too much shit. Like, that's the hard part, right? Giving everything up once
Yeah.
you've had it is really fucking
But
hard.
how? But you're gonna come out of fucking
What? I'd be at the fucking antique mall in fucking Gorman looking at fucking mountains and shit.
Hello there.
I mean, your perspective.
He's like, who to be with you?
He's like, oh, fuck does he do that? Like, he just talks up this shit. Like, that's fucking, what chamber is that shit? That's crazy. 37th, fool.
In a row?
In a row. So,
Can we talk real quick about how the
no, we can't see this.
the
Goddamn it.
pointed spikes looked like giant colored pencils?
How dare you disrespect this shit? All right,
They did. They had the paint on the end, or I guess it was supposed to be the blood from where they keep touching it or whatever, but it wasn't really red, right? It was like pink. So I kept
How
going.
dare you? This at least still had some of that blood.
Yeah, it did have a little bit of 70s blood in it. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so once as much as I annoyed the slapstick annoyed me, I really liked when I was fucking in. Was when he used his comedic ability, his hustler status to get into it. Even though they know he was bullshit, I liked that his character didn't magically appear at this temple and then become a badass. Like he was still who he was. He fucking sneaked it. He did a pigback ride to get past the steps. Like everything he did to get in was him. And there's something cool about what they do with that. That like sometimes I feel like movies like you show up somewhere and they're fucking already magically like, oh, he's able to fucking do all this. No. He was he was an idiot, but he used what he knew to do to get in there. Even I love the shit with the box when he kept trying to fucking open it, and then like the fucking the doors, and he's like, hey, wait, and he just sneaks in, and I'm like, dude, it's cool that he's fucking going through it. Once he himself tells himself, because it's his character from the old movie, like he goes through all that. Once he starts pulling that barrel out of the water, I'm fucking strapped in because I'm like, oh, here we go. This shit's gonna pay off. This shit's gonna be fucking something that he uses later, or it's gonna be the beginning of, or whatever it is. And fuck, from there on, dude, I'm telling you, that's why I'm so conflicted about this movie, dude. This movie would be so fucking high because the tying shit is so clean. Like, I know he's just tying or scaffolding, and then it's fucking scaffolding kung fu. What the fuck, dude? Like, and it's so slick. It is so fucking good. When he's fucking around, checking everything out, and he lands back down, and now he's able to do everything.
Yeah.
From the sliding papers or whatever the fuck he was on to the everything. He's able to do it all. And he's still so fucking dumb. He's still so slapsticky, he doesn't know he can do it.
Yeah, when the scaffolding, even the way he holds up, like even holding them up to tie it, not just the tying itself.
When he goes upside down to tie.
Yeah. Oh, that is super impressive.
Everything he
does. And the speed he does it in
pays
too.
off.
Mm-hmm.
Even the lane taking a nap on the scaffolding in the little alleyway.
Yeah.
When he gets kicked out.
It's also great, but at the moment I'm watching the movie, and I just want to say, sorry to interrupt.
No.
I'm not appreciating it the way I am right now thinking about it as we're talking about it.
Because you were still upset by what
I was still thrown off. And I'm not, at the moment I'm watching it, I'm not like, this is fucking dope. I did have the feeling when it pays off at the very end. I did have that feeling at the very end when he's tying them up to the posts that they have that they're getting whacked by the whole time.
Fuck.
That payoff was good at the moment, but everything else, like the scaffolding, all those scenes with they spent a lot of time with that.
It was a year.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, it's all that is great.
I even like that. What's the character he was? What's his name? Sante or Sante. I even love that Sante never even tells him what he's doing, because it's like they let him be a monk, but he didn't become a full monk. It's almost like they did him a solid.
Well, I think he doesn't become a full monk because the reasons why he wants to be a monk are selfish, right? They're not to be
for revenge.
It's for revenge, and not to be a better person spiritually.
So why did they help him?
Because he saw something. Because
they're
I think
nice.
Sante saw something.
They're nice.
No, he saw something in him that reminded him of himself.
Boo, Parker, boo. You put boo across the bottom of the screen when Parker says that. What's the time on this? Parker,
are they helping him they trying to actually train him, or they're just using him as a laborer?
No. Fuck no,
they
bro.
put him there on purpose.
Yes.
But
everything he did was
but it's
to
only
help him.
Sante. Like everybody else doesn't want him there.
That's a good point.
I love that they kick him out. Like, even when he's on top, like when he falls in.
So fucking bad.
And they're fucking like, get out of here.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm not going to leave.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, get the fuck out. Like, dude. But all of that pays off.
Yeah.
Everything. I am telling you, the second half of this movie, if I can just put the second half of this fucking movie in the top 10, I would. I just don't know what to do with the first half. What he does in that last fight scene, from tying everybody up with the strings to all the way to where he runs to a scaffold building and just fucking fucking, it's beautiful.
60%. Now 70.
Beautiful.
80. Do you want 90 or do you give up?
And I don't mind the chair dudes. Like, that shit's fucking bad. It's like they're little benches. Who would have fucking thought? Like, these motherfuckers go to town with these benches.
They're like trick benches.
It catches his hand. You know what the fuck to do.
They're like tongs, right?
Yes.
Squeeze that.
Dude, it was badass. And the way that and that's one thing that I loved at the beginning. The way he brings that bench down and sits down, the bad guy, fucking slick as fuck. I'm a sucker for slick. Slick as fuck.
No,
I thought you were going to say I'm a sucker for benches.
Straight up sucker for benches, bro.
I really respect him.
You got no respect for wood is what I am. No. When he falls on the practice dummy, or he's on the practice dummy spinning around, and then he's master, I'm not even sitting, I'm not touching the floor, I'm on this. And when he does this, like he crosses his leg and he's sitting on row. Right? He's holding himself up on one leg.
He's doing a one-legged squat.
Yes.
On top of the thing.
And I don't know if there's wires. It doesn't look like it. Maybe there is. Fuck me, bro. That looks so cool. I'd try anybody try to do that shit on top of a fucking small area, one-legged squat. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, that's insane as shit.
You could put a what's called a beanbag under me and be ready for me, to fall. That's
because the thing is, like, it's not just like people can do a one-legged squat and come back up. You might be listening to this and be like, I can do it. But no, he doesn't come back up. He stays there.
Yeah.
For a while, having a conversation.
He holds it.
You know? And then he comes back up. It's fucking wild.
And then he gets spun off.
There's a lot of recency to this. And it's a different style than shit we see like in Baby Assassins or shit we see in like Bach and The Protector and stuff like that. But I loved the last part of this. Even more, I love when he runs to the, for no apparent reason, but he runs to the field with the scaffolding. As soon as I saw scaffolding, I was like, I was ready, bro. That last chunk, what Gordon Liu does with the bamboo rope,
rooftop kung fu, man.
Yeah, no, scaffolding kung fu. Remember?
Rooftop.
Oh yeah, rooftop. Yeah, you're right. What he does with the poles, the shit he's talking, with how much you're supposed to get, which again is very un-monk-like.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking badass. And again, I don't know. I almost feel like if somebody else wrote the second. I don't even know, because even the slickness Stevens just said of the way they kick him out, because you're not good. You're not good enough to be a monk, or you're not proper. I don't know. Proper.
It's not in your heart to be a monk.
Exactly. Yeah. But I gave you everything you need.
Mm-hmm.
To the fact where the fucking scaffolding he runs to has a small little, and dude, when he's fucking doing that shit in between, and homie's trying to get and then he locks that bench in, he squeezes it and locks it in, and you're like, dude, every single thing he was trained. Maybe only the water bucket, but the water bucket made him stronger, right? Like, I mean, he didn't pull anything out at any point, but it just makes him stronger. But like everything he trained once he was scaffolding was fucking
because he even does the ring thing in that last scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
He does everything pays off, and it's so fucking slick. I enjoyed that so fucking much. I rewatched that like 3 times. I went back to when he fucking just runs out there and says like, "What a good place to settle our debts," right? Mm-hmm. You're like, "Oh, you guys are fucked," And then like, but again, he's very un-monk-like because he's beating the shit out. He's talking shit.
Yeah,
he's talking shit the whole time. Fuck, man. I don't know.
I'm going through pictures and I'm like, it's so good. The back end is so good of this movie.
I would rank this, if you just gave me the back end somehow, it wouldn't make sense. But if you did, this would be very highly ranked by me. I am telling you, it'd be top 5. I'm telling you, it'd be top 5. Because, dude, Gordon Liu is so fucking good in that back end of that movie. So good. From the moment he sneaks in and still uses his fucking hustler ways, all the way to where he knows fucking confidence.
It takes too long to get to
The fireworks factory.
Get to the fireworks factory.
Yeah.
It should like they should all. Well, movie starts and then they get screwed over, right? The Manchu are gonna get paid. Their wages get lowered.
Mm-hmm.
Like he should be in the next scene, but it takes 2-3 other scenes before Gordon Liu's introduced, and then there's 2 other scenes where they have to go back. So it's too long for that. And if it was done in a quicker way, it would have it would have been higher on this list.
Fuck. It's interesting. I don't know.
So is it on the list?
Enrique, would you tell people to watch this movie?
Yeah.
Do you need to rewatch this movie?
I need to rewatch this movie.
I liked it.
I did.
I liked the whole thing. I liked
You
the
like
comedy.
you like the comedy?
Yeah, I liked the comedy. I was
Tell
in
us
from
why
the
we're
get-go.
wrong. Tell us.
No. Okay, but I don't dislike the comedy.
Did you know? Did you buy in immediately or?
I knew that it was a comedy.
No, but did you know he was not playing himself in this movie? It took me like about 5-10 minutes.
It took a little bit because I was like, oh wait, oh he's not him, he's this other guy, and then I was like, okay, and I think I even asked, right, because I was like, what
if you make him be the old man, Sante, or just have an old man play Sante, I think I would have been fucking fine. That little thing bugs the shit out of me because why even put him in the movie if you're not going to have him play?
Sante should have been the abbot.
Yes. 110%.
Yeah.
So, and again, and I don't mind, and again, you can have young Gordon Liu be the new character. I'm okay with that. But why are you putting this monk that you set up a whole movie to build, and he ends up being a badass, he discovers the 36th chamber or goes into whatever it is, to then have somebody else play him or make him the same age as he was when the last movie finished? That bugs the shit out of me. You change that, I'm in. It's just a comedy at that point. Fucking fine. But that little thing irks me so bad because he is the first movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he's amazing. Yeah. And it's fucking great.
Amazing. He creates a fucking weapon. Like it's the whole thing. It's the whole thing. I don't know. But take that. That's my irk. Maybe it didn't irk you. You like the comedy aspect.
Well, I asked Juliana because I was like, why is he, or what? I forget what I asked, but I asked Juliana, I'm like, why do they not have him playing the same person? And then Abarca was like, well, it's a sequel, but not a sequel or whatever. And I was like, okay. And then I just watched the movie and it was fine. Like I enjoyed the comedy. I
don't have Abarca next to me when I'm watching the movie.
I know.
Just fucking text, dog. Like,
I'm a text away, buddy. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I figured it out pretty
Because
quickly.
you could have been like, why is he playing someone different? And then like when you get back to the 36th chamber and all that, like it's.
As soon
I
as
don't
he
know,
was
it's
selling shit, I was like, it's not him.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's-
oh,
Well,
he's not
yeah,
the guy.
he's a dork.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
He's like,
So I'm like, oh, it's a different character.
and at the end of 36 Chamber, he's
a man.
fucking
Yeah.
It's
badass.
a man, bro.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I get it.
So you would tell people to watch this movie?
Yeah, of course. The whole second half is fucking great.
Barker, would you tell people to watch this movie?
Not
Yeah.
that the first half is not great.
It's a whole
just-
nother level,
It's
bro.
just different. It's just sorry.
Did you in your pants full? Would you tell people to watch this movie?
Yes, watch this movie. But if you are coming
Yeah.
to it the way we did and you don't know it's a comedy, then yes. And guess what? Gordon Liu is in it, but he's not the same character from the last one.
He's fucking amazing. Stevens, would you tell people to watch this movie?
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, for me too. The last half is fucking great. It's so good. Have we watched a movie with this good of a payoff?
I mean, they all have pretty good payoffs.
But not every single fucking thing he
Or
does.
the
though.
train.
The original had, I mean, that's what made the original great.
Yeah.
The payoffs.
Yes, but I don't think it's as pronounced as legit. I'm using the wire I used in Scaffold. Like, it's like every fucking thing he does. You're right. His training all comes into play. They always do, right? The training comes into play. But like,
That's what was comforting to me was the way it paid off in this one. It was like, oh, that's what makes all these other movies
I
fucking
feel
awesome.
like American Samurai had a good payoff. He taught him everything, and then guess what? It got used.
But like, it's even the name of the kung fu he uses.
Yeah.
Like in 36 Chamber, he has to create his own thing, right? He creates that weapon. I don't know what that weapon was called. I can't remember. The three sticks connected by a chain. So he's coming up with his own stuff to beat the abbot, right? So, but in this one, it's like bro, it's all there for you.
Yeah.
I just think that you're right. All movies have a payoff, especially if it's a good martial arts movie, right? Because they train and they get. And again, I love that it took him a year. None of this fucking 2 weeks of training mamadas and shit. It took a whole fucking year for him to figure this shit out, right? And I love how they do this in these movies. How long has it been? Because they do that shit. I think it was like 3 years or 18 months or some shit. Like they make you know how long it takes, which I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't feel like it's a year, but when you also look around and look at all the scaffolding he's done and like how long he's actually
I'm a fan of scaffolding and
how long
it takes about a year to make it.
but how long he's like, because he stop a lot and he trains in between, and so like if he's doing that at every chamber, right, and he's watching and he's doing and he's imitating, and it would take a long time. So I'm glad they said the year, because I was like,
That's cool.
I don't know how much time it's been.
Yeah. So fuck yeah, guys. Watch it.
I don't know how he was eating though. I don't know.
If I ain't got no time to eat, he's a monk. Just that guy didn't stop at Carl's Jr. He stopped at the antique mall to look at the fucking mountain. I ain't got no time to have a double Western cheeseburger.
I guess.
Which may be one of my top 5 burgers of all time. I love me the double Western cheeseburger, bro, with the onion rings and barbecue sauce. Yeah.
It just depends on.
It's comforting.
It depends on where you're getting it.
That's a good point. Sometimes they're just old and kind of mushy. Yeah. You're right. But when it's made well, that is like a comforting classic, dude. The onion rings and barbecue sauce. Goddamn. All right. Yes, for sure. Son of a bitch. So conflicted. All right, Stevens, what is our top 10? What do we got going right now?
So at number 1, you have Fearless. Number 2 is Enter the Dragon. Number 3 is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, Waymond.
Number 4 is The 36th Chamber of Shaolin.
Dang.
Number 5 is Legend of the Drunken Master or Drunken Master 2. Number 6 is Way of the Dragon. Number 7 is Crippled Avengers. Number 8 is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Number 9 is Fist of Fury. And number 10 is Baby Assassins. So the question is it better than Baby Assassins? Fist of Fury, Crouching Tiger.
I want to put this in the fucking top 5, but I can't. I can't do it. I like the payoff more in this movie than I do in the original one. But the beginning of the original was so much better with them trying to be like their students and they get killed. Like that's so much more than this one. Fuck. Anybody have a place? Because I know I always go first. I'm really struggling with this one, guys. I'm not even trying to talk about it. Or do you not put it in the top 10? Which is totally okay too.
If I had to put it, it's the bottom one.
Well, are you? You know, I mean, you don't have to, but are you? Do you like it more than Baby Assassins?
No, because Baby Assassins is an all around good movie. Whereas this, you have the caveat. It's like, hey, if we didn't have that beginning part, then we could put it in this.
Right. It's funny because that's the worst part of the movie, but you I feel like the filmmakers had to put him as that character in the beginning to even.
I'm not even worried about
if Gordon Liu is not in this movie.
I'm not worried about the Gordon Liu parts. It's the thing that surrounds it, right? These people that are like, we can't do anything.
But that's a lot of these movies, though.
It just
there's usually more than one dude that can fight, though.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
They're like, well, we're out of here, and they're like, oh yeah, well, you're like, 8 of you, none of you could run away, and then you get fired anyway. So what the hell was the point?
Yeah, they're all like on the streets when he comes back and shit like that. Yeah,
well, it has been a year.
A lot of shit happens. The economy's been bad for fucking heat waves. Baby Assassins is more, and it's super cool. Super cool. But it does. It's funny. It's cool. It's a good movie. I really, really, really enjoy the payoff of this movie. Everything from once he gets into the temple, I am strapped in 100% ready to go. Mm-hmm. It's only like 40 minutes of this movie, though. I'm not gonna lie. It takes a while to fucking get there. Mm-hmm. It's longer out of the temple than in the temple. But the payoff and everything is so good. I'm okay with it not being there, but I would put it at 10.
Oh, you motherfucker.
You cannot tell me we've seen anything better than Gordon Liu at the end of this movie. You cannot.
No.
I'm saying Bruce Lee. I'm saying the Gordon Liu at the end of this fucking movie is fucking amazing. Bruce Lee never tied anything up with fucking string.
And mind you, he's only trained in the 36th chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine him going through the entire gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
How amazing this Gordon Liu Che would be.
Yeah. Bruce, like I'm a Bruce guy, but no movie did he fucking pull off anything like this. I know you're a Donnie Yen guy. He might have been in a fat suit. All that shit was CGI. This motherfucker on a pole. How do you fake tying that shit up like that? Like, he had to learn how to fucking do that. Like, there's just nothing better. There's just nothing better.
Yeah.
So I would put it at 10. But I understand why it's not. I get it. I'm not fucking mad.
Barker, where do you put it? Do you put this in front of The Protector? Do you put it in front of Ip Man 2?
Those aren't necessarily 11s, though.
No, I took a whole bunch out because I was like,
The Last Dragon is 11.
That's your 11.
Nah, my 11 honestly would be Clan of the White Lotus. I'm still so bummed out that shit ain't in the top 10.
Yeah.
5 Deadly Venoms is in the fucking top 10 anymore. Like, come on, man.
There's a lot.
But those are my 11, 12s or whatever, So.
Yeah, like I said, it would be a number 10 for me.
Wait, is it a number 10? Because you didn't say it was a 10. You said you still like Baby Assassins more.
I do like Baby Assassins more.
So then it's not a 10. Right?
Enrique.
So is that top 10?
It doesn't have, it's not.
He wouldn't be upset if you put it there, but he's not fighting for it.
I'll cry if you don't put it at 10.
I have to be fair to how I honestly felt about this movie. Out of it, it wasn't a top 10 movie for me.
Now, if you let me go.
But
if you tell me to rank these between The Protector and Ip Man,
but that's not.
But I took a whole bunch. I took a whole bunch out of there.
If I had all these three, look, I love Ip Man more. But the Protector and this movie have kind of the same issues. Mm-hmm. Where the beginning is just I don't give a shit. Yeah. I don't care that the baby gets stolen. It's only until the last. It's only until they get to the third act where it actually matters to me.
Okay, that's a great example. But I will tell you, even though he fucking had that one scene, which is incredible in The Protector, that fucking stairway scene, and then the bone breaking scene was fucking nuts, and I love those. Still, to me, don't hold a candle to Gordon Liu in this movie. They just don't.
No, not at all.
He just what he does in fucking amazing. It's amazing. But I get it. If it's not top 10. And you said it's not, right?
Yeah, I have to just thinking back to how I felt about this movie after watching it. But because I compared to how I felt with Baby Assassins, I was very, very impressed with the whole story, with the two characters.
But you didn't like the two characters in Baby Assassins.
No, they were just because they were just young, and that's just the characters that they were playing. No, but I'm just saying that it's not that
you didn't like them for the character they were playing.
Yeah,
but that's what they were supposed to be.
Yeah, they're supposed to be annoying and goofballs or whatever. So no, I would say no. It's so tough because he's so good.
I'm going home.
I just have to be fair to how the whole movie as a whole was for me. Like I said earlier, I do appreciate it more, even though it did have a good payoff for me at the moment. I do appreciate it even more now sitting here as we're talking about it. But the beginning is still the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, if this has a decent beginning, if this has a beginning from the other movie, it's top 5 for me, dude.
And remember, don't forget, Baby Assassins had a lot of, with it being a newer movie, it pulled off some cool unique shit in it. That we will never see very much appreciated.
We'll never see people use bamboo wire like this again.
Yeah.
We just won't.
No.
We just won't.
Have we ever and everything?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like, props to whoever fucking was like, hey, dude, maybe we could do scaffolding. And like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The fucking genius of who thought of that was also the same guy that wrote the comedy at the beginning. And I'm wondering, I'm asking it out loud, like wondering.
You have multiple people on movies, right?
Was that Gordon Liu?
So
like, I would fuck, I wish we could interview Gordon Liu and be, hey, fucking Gordon Liu, if you're out there. Like, I mean, and just be like, bro, like, where did that come from? Because that shit's badass. That shit's badass. We need to have a Gordon month, bro. I don't know, fucking something. We need to have a Gordon month because I still want to find fucking Wu-Tang versus Shaolin.
I'm trying to bring him in for Halloween.
Gordon Liu?
Yeah.
There's a horror one?
Yep.
Oh.
I'm trying to find it, so
I don't know, because if it's horror, it might be. If it's like it's comedy,
Dude, Gordon Liu's up there, bro. He's up there for me.
All right, I told y'all.
Like,
okay, we've seen him do comedy, and we've seen Donnie Yen do comedy. Who pulls off comedy better?
Well, it's different eras of comedy.
Yeah, it is. I enjoyed this more than Enter the Fat Dragon, though.
Is Enter the Fat Dragon like?
It's supposed to be funny.
It's supposed to be funny, but I don't think it was that funny. Like, it was funny in parts. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, so you get it? Because I'm fat and I like cake.
It was just just funny in that way, but I don't think it was funny like.
But it's a comedy, though, right?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Whether it was funny or not, it was supposed to be funny. This fucking tells you it's comedy.
Yeah.
Once you see those teeth, you know it's fucking comedy, bro. So, yeah. Okay. I know, like I said, guys, I get it. But please, even though it's not in the top 10, go watch this shit.
This has been one of the toughest ones, too.
Yeah. 110%. I was so conflicted coming in. I literally could have shot all the way up to like probably 3 for me, dude. If the fucking beginning was halfway decent.
If he was one of the workers and he's like, I need to figure out a way I have to help them. And it's not, you have to go and do this. I'm like, no.
I know.
I don't want
exactly.
to.
Why make him a guy that just comes in?
You made him do it. He didn't even want to do this. He was just cool selling fucking fake medicine on the streets. He didn't need to do any of this.
Why couldn't it have been the guy that was with the guy with the big teeth? You know what I mean?
If Sante was an old man, I'm getting in the fucking top 5. That just annoyed me. You built this fucking character in the first movie and you throw him away.
You have those 2 workers, those 2 main, like the one
the brother and then
the guy with the big teeth.
Yeah.
Make him another guy.
Perfect. I mean, you're right. And then he goes to get him, like, to avenge, and you could keep the same thing where he doesn't become a monk.
Nothing changes.
Because it's revenge.
Here's the movie. Gordon Liu.
We're about to Gordon Liu. We got a better movie for you, Gordon Liu. Get ready.
Gordon. When we remake it, Gordon Liu is there's no Bucktooth. He's Bucktooth.
Yeah, you can't make Bucktooth anymore. You can't.
Yeah, he's Bucktooth. His brother is the other guy. His brother gets killed.
Yes.
And then we're in.
I'm in. And he still doesn't become a monk because he's doing it for the wrong reasons.
Uh-huh.
But what he does become is the master of scaffolding kung fu.
Rooftop.
You guys didn't watch the. Sorry, you guys are both wrong because I watched it with subtitles.
I did too.
It's scaffolding kung fu. It's not rooftop.
It
was rooftop on mine.
It says scaffolding on the one I watched. I watched Apple.
In IMDb trivia, it says rooftop.
It's scaffolding. I swear to God, that's what he says. Or maybe the dub says scaffolding kung fu, and I'm thinking it backwards.
Yeah,
Because it was going back and forth.
Did you watch the Celestial Pictures one?
That's the one with the little. It looks like the girl kind of sitting or whatever. Yeah, that's one I watched.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
That's one I watched. Yeah, I did it through Apple.
I did it through Amazon.
I don't know what.
Damn it, Stevens, what you do it through? Maybe that's what it is.
I watched.
What'd you watch it through?
Amazon.
It said rooftop, right? On the caps.
Yeah, I swear. Maybe the dub was. Maybe I'm going backwards though. But whatever it is, whatever. I'm just saying, like, that would be fucking dope. The murder of his brother. And it doesn't have to be super serious because they all get murdered. It's serious, I'm saying. But in these movies, somebody gets murdered all the time, right? That would be fucking amazing. Hey, Enrique, we're going to get a hold of us. Come to you right now.
I'm ready.
Check out our link tree or not. linktr.ee/Gung-Fu Super Bros.
Is that it?
That's
all right.
it.
All right, Barker, we're going to
Go there, so yeah, let's move on.
Everything's there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to tell you to go. Don't listen to this guy. Go. You know why? Because we need your likes. We need your thumbs up. We need your comments. And if you want to leave us a voicemail, guys, you can go to www.gungfusuperros.com or call our Google voice number 661-401-5941. Be a part of our show, guys. Rate, review, like, hit the bell for notifications. Let us know what you guys want to see and enjoy.
Hey, Stevens, what are we watching next week?
Next week, we're going back to Jackie Chan.
Ooh, here we go.
For Police Story 2 from 1988.
Woo.
And you can find that on HBO Max.
Maxing it up.
One site said it was on Prime, but I don't know that it's on Prime just yet.
On Amazon Primo.
But you can also rent pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. This will be interesting. So this one, okay, this is literally part 2, but you're saying for some reason part 3 becomes Super Cop?
No, it's Super Cop in America.
It's Police Story 3.
No matter everywhere else, but Super Cop. Mm-hmm. Is this just a sequel?
Yes.
Does he play the same character?
He should be Freddy. No, he's not Freddy.
And it's gonna have comedy because it's Jackie Chan. There's probably gonna be stunts.
Jackie Chan.
And we're gonna okay. All right, I'm excited, dude. The first one. Oh, fuck it. How much glass gets broken in this movie? That's what we need to fucking keep a counter on the amount of glass that gets broken in this movie.
He might have avoided glass for this movie and done something with scaffolding.
You shut your mouth, goddammit, Stevens. All right, I'm about to say bye.
Mahalo, folks. Be good humans.
Enrique.
Bye.
Boy. It's better than
Stevens.
Bye.
And remember, my name is Ivan. Love you guys. Instead of a Shaolin Monk, we got a turtle. Wu-Tang!